So here we have the Poulnabrone tomb. Rainbow Connection says the name means Hole of Sorrows. It also says the people who were buried here were farmers. These remarks are very fitting because it is classified as a portal tomb from the Neolithic period. Here you can see that this tomb contains many of the key elements of a portal tomb. You have 2 large portal stones for the entrance and 2 more large portal stones for the back, all of which support the roof stone. This portal tomb is actually one of 174 tombs found in the Burren Cove, Clare Island. In terms of its construction, it shares many similarities with Stonehenge. It is unknown how both structures were erected. However, it is theorized that both were constructed using a system of wooden rollers, ropes, and man as well as animal power. Excavation was carried out by Anne Lynch, who found the remains of 22 people in this tomb, which indicates only a select few were deemed worthy of being buried in this place. 16 were adults and 6 were children. However, only 8 of these bodies could be sexed. These bodies appear to be placed in the tomb in a defleshed condition. IrishArchaeology.ie says, this suggested a complex burial ritual where the bodies were firstly stored or buried elsewhere until they decomposed. The bare bones were then transferred to the portal tomb for final interment. In support of this statement, a number of the bones contain scorch marks, which suggests that the bones were held over a flame before they were buried in the tomb. Perhaps this was evidence of a purification ritual. Lastly, analysis of the bones provides insight into these people's lives. From the analysis, we can say that these people were hard workers, used to carrying heavy loads, and died at the age of 40. This is evident in the arthritic condition of many of the neck and shoulder bones. Dental analysis suggests that they suffered from periods of malnutrition or infections. This makes a great deal of sense as these people lived in an agrarian lifestyle, where their greatest dependencies lie outside of their control. All in all, the burial evidence and architectural features all provide key details that allow us to take a rare glimpse into the lives of these people. Even though these people lived relatively short lives full of hardship, it is clear that they did not take it for granted and had a tremendous amount of respect for the individuals who were buried in this tomb, given the extensive preparation process prior to burial. I look forward to hearing of new research from other similar tombs so that we can better understand these relatively mysterious people.
The title of this piece is called Terracotta Relief with Perseus holding Medusa's severed head. The relief plaque was created between 490 and 470 BC in Cyclades, Greece. It dates back to the classical Greek period. The relief plaque is not in perfect condition, however, as parts of the horse and Medusa are missing, such as their legs. Note how Perseus' head is turned completely around, as if to make it seem like he's looking back as he continues to ride off on his horse after severing Medusa's head. This makes his body position seem awkward. The form used in this relief plaque is called a combination of the stylized and natural. The British Museum notes that the terracotta relief plaque depicts Perseus holding Medusa's severed head, as the title states, but if we look closer, we can see a naked child spring from her neck. The child is believed to be Cristian, and in many stories, he is the offspring of Medusa and the Greek god Poseidon. An interesting point about the art piece is that Medusa is not ugly or gruesome looking. Actually, according to Miriam Robbins Dexter, Medusa is attractive enough for the god Poseidon to want to sleep with her. In fact, it is possible that Medusa was never portrayed as uniformly grotesque. She was portrayed early on in both text and iconography as a beautiful young woman. Looking further into the details of the relief plaque, we see serpents surround Medusa. They are on her head, her stomach or abdominal area, and even her legs. Medusa is terrifying and deadly, but she is beautiful as well as frightening. When Pindar describes how the head of the beautiful-cheeked Medusa was carried off by the son of Danae, who we assert came into being because of a shower of gold. It is interesting to note how today we tend to think of Medusa as a horrifying, ugly being, but in the past, she was actually considered beautiful. It is possible that it was her beauty that added to the fear of Medusa. She was so beautiful that you couldn't help but look at her. only to be turned to stone when you did.